For what can be known about God is evident to them because God made it evident to them. We don't look at this universe, for instance, in a passive, there it is way and figure out God. God talks to us through this universe. God made it known to them. But we can have, in our day, what Paul saw in his day, a communal, societal, cultural suppression of the truth. The reality of God will impress itself on anybody whose heart is open. You don't have to be a philosopher. It helps. It doesn't, just the reality of God. I mean, walk around, get outside the sort of the disturbia out here, and you meet these farmers. They know God exists. He feeds them. What happened was, at a certain point, and I can only state this, we don't have time to go into it, but it's the tragedy of our last 2 centuries, really the last 7 or 8. Newton was the first one to discover the possibility of explaining and controlling the laws of this universe through mathematics. He said, I can't do it all yet, but I can see that it can be done. What happened? Control. Control. And so this universe has an intrinsic intelligibility. So what do you need God for? You want to make babies? Get yourself a petri dish. I mean, what do you want to do? Want to fly to the moon? It's all doable. Some of it's sinful, but it's all doable. So what do you need God for? God becomes then not the one upon whom we rely for our crops, or until we get sick, then we rely for health, some, but even there. So the mind becomes dulled. No intuition. No, it's all control. That's why Immanuel Kant's whole philosophy is the justification of Newton's vision of physics. And that's where the world is. What do you need God for? I mean, we're doing fine. You want a baby? Go sign in that store over there and you can have one. You want this, you want that. So what's happened? That the world has achieved this intrinsic intelligibility. But this is where the suppression of the truth comes. They deny that it is a dependent intelligibility. All this beautiful universe with its interlocking laws that can be plotted by physics and made to yield for the advancement and comfort and healing of humankind. All of it is a gift. It's not. You see, we've got over the idea that everything we can do, whatever we can't do, well, God will do. No, we can do everything. That's right. Except live forever. But it's not an independent intelligibility. It's a gift. And that's where we suppress the truth. And so you see the tension over abortion. Well, you Catholics, you think it's a sin and so forth. But you don't have the right to impose your views on the rest of us. This is not what we're saying. This is not a Catholic opinion. This is a Catholic witness to the truth. the truth that is in the very structure of nature, it depends on God. And woe to you if you suppress that truth, because claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for the likeness of an immortal man or birds or animals. God handed them over to the impurity through the lusts of their hearts for the mutual degradation of their bodies. They exchanged the truth of God for a lie and revered and worshipped the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. The blindness. And it's frightening. I mean, you calmly can sit and watch Europe disappear. There's not enough people in Europe anymore. We know how to abort babies, or kill them, or just stop them from ever getting conceived. And so we run the population, we run the world, we run everything. To whom are we indebted for all of this? God our Father. And to suppress that, you see, is the essential wickedness of man. When we want to sin, the last thing we want to think about is God, right? We do it. Suppress the truth. That's why I pray every day for the church, for the unity of the church. The only place where there's a possibility that God will be recognized and loved and embraced, and the truth, the objective truth of this creation be understood.